Hello, good evening, and welcome to episode 2 of the Chronicles of Captain Pontos. Without further ado, I'm going to hand you over to the person who actually makes notes, which is Kevin, and hopefully he will tell us what happened last week for those of us that can't
Yeah.
remember.
Okay. Well, the main part of last week was a shopping episode, and I even made notes of some of the bespoke items that people wanted and sent them over to our illustrious GM, so he's got no excuse. Um, but once we did all of the shopping, I want if you want to know what we got, watch last week. That's fine. We then some interesting bits occurred near the end. Karirook just trying to find out about his new evolution, shall we say. Spoke to a priest in the cleric area of Neverwinter and was told that he seems to be living on the border between life and death, and there are patrons that could give him answers if he so wished to go there. And one of those being sort of the god of the undead. I'm just going to leave that there. Calrook's debating that at the moment. And then in the evening, while we was having something to eat, we met the world's bestest parrot of Mr. Beak. And he's so cute. And followed by the ever popular Tyr, the succubus, who was looking slightly more human to not spread too much alarm to the people in the town. And Pontos gave us a little bit of a taste of his story of how he lost his leg, and also we found that his leg may have been found and it's been turned into a powerful cursed artifact. And that's roughly the main points of last session.
Very good, thank you for that. If you haven't already got it, please give yourself inspiration.
Yay.
Right.
Okay.
Picking up almost directly from last week, I'm going to move us back onto the Neverwinter map because we are still currently in Neverwinter.
Mm-hmm.
Although you may have some idea about somewhere you may wish to go in future. In the meantime, just want to see what you kind of want to do first, because we could kind of follow Chris's path for a little bit, or we could kind of let things unfold a little in the town. Up to you, really.
To the ship.
Well, the ship. If we're going to do the ship, we need to get some crew. If we are looking at leaving the harbour relatively soon, I'm going to spend a little bit of downtime, that morning or that evening, just writing a couple of correspondence, and then just try and find a courier who can send them off. And if I have to spend a little bit of gold or silver for the postage, I've got no problem with that.
Cool.
Before you retire, I'm going to say, Char, I might need some of your guidance. I am going to speak to the Lord of the Undying, just to see what's...
Lord of the Undying. What? Is this a conversation we should be having in private here, Karirook?
Yeah, I think it probably is.
If you, have we got somewhere for to stay there this night, or anything?
Let's say that it would be easy enough to find somewhere.
Okay, no problems. Just to speed that along. If you come up to the room, I've got a way we can discuss this more privately. This sounds like something you don't want too many ears to be hearing about.
I'll walk up the room with
hmm Yeah,
Char.
yeah. And once we're
Not
in
in
the
a
room,
way, just a normal way.
yeah, not on the wall or on the ceiling or anything like that.
Yeah, just sauntering up
Uh,
with everyone else.
yeah, yeah, very boring. Yeah, once we're inside my room, you see me put my bottle on the floor, and I grab hold of you, click my fingers, and we are both transported into the bottle.
Oh, first time I've been in this bottle.
I've only recently figured out how to master some of the bindings on here that I can. Others can possibly can accompany me in here. And you see inside there it is full of cushions, silk curtains. There's a smoking hookah to the side. Yeah, just all for sort of lounging and relaxing.
It's really nice in here, Char. I'm very impressed. Can you bring
Yeah,
the temperature down a little bit, please?
yeah. Okay, I'll lower it down to a sort of 33C, or that's about 100 for the colonials.
33C? That's still quite...
Yeah, but you if for him from the plane of fire,
That's comfortable.
well, that's like the sort of people, the females in the office are sort of in the summer still want it at like 30 degrees because they're feeling cold. Yeah, so I try and knock it down to something that's more tolerable. Yeah. Welcome to my respite. It's safer to talk in here. So, what's this about the Lord of Undeath?
Well, you've probably noticed I've not really been myself. And I think the party have noticed as well. You know, they've
Well,
seen me crawl up walls, which I couldn't do before.
well,
Ever
I
since
have seen this, but then again, when you first met me, I was not able to master the thermals of this plane and get myself aloft. So I thought maybe it's something that you have developed or mastered. So I am not one to judge, but what? But please carry on.
So how can I put this? Uh, it's not normal. Okay, there's no way I should be able to do what I do. And then I'm going to pull back my top lip, and you'll see my little fangs sort of start retracting out. This is I've changed ever since that spear went through my body, my torso. I pretty much died. So the curse,
I,
the nails that I was
yes.
carrying were a little bit sentient, and they promised me life, or promised me to keep going and to help the party out if I let them pierce my skin. And I did. So now I'm somewhere between life and death. I'm not
Well, I
sure.
did see you fall at the time, but you managed to get up. I thought it was just through willpower and determination. But have you any urges, any weird sort of desires or any other like since then? Or
Funny enough that you should ask, but yes, I'm finding myself partial to a bit of blood, but raw steak I like, but it doesn't quite satisfy my thirst.
hmm. Do you have control of this,
It's under
or
control, and I've got an idea on how I can keep it under control. I'm not sure if it's going to work yet or not, but I'm going to get
hmm.
a bag full of rats or rabbits or whatever. Then when I'm hungry, I'm just going to have a little snack.
I s- I can't fault your logic there. That seems a way to at least short term keep control of this if that is what you sort of need. But have you spoken to any scholars or any learned people about this, or am I it?
You're almost it. I did bump into a fellow in the market in the sort of occult district. He pointed me to the Lord of Undying,
Okay.
which I think I am going to speak to him, but I just need a bit of...
Yeah. John, do I know anything about the Lord of God of Undead?
I'm
Would
not
that be
sure.
Like a religion or
Yes, I would say a religion role.
Okay,
I'm not sure how common the knowledge is really, so it's not going to be too hard a role.
Yeah.
I don't think you know much about undeath. It's not something. It's not something that it happens very often in the plane of fire.
Yeah, the gods that I'm really aware of are obviously the high gods of the city of Brass, who we all worship, and occasionally I utter the odd prayer to Talos, but I don't know much else about this deity you're on about. Deep might be able to know more potentially if you are willing to open up to him about this, but
Yeah, I think...
gods can be fickle, though. They don't always know too much about or care much about the mortal realm. They how much you care about a colony of ants. In many ways, they view us less than that in our short lifespan. So, all I can voice is caution if you are going to go to them and seek help. There might be catches you're not aware of.
I understand. I haven't told the rest of the party yet because I don't think they'll take it too well. I mean, we've been together for quite a long while, and that's why I've confided in you. But I think an elf telling a dwarf that they've changed and they like the taste of blood's probably not the best idea at the moment.
Well, I do remember when we came back to the town south of Pentagon, there was a little bit of hostilities between a few of the others and yourself. But so I won't say anything until you bring it up. I owe you that much, really. But just be careful, and if you are having control issues, please speak to me, and we'll see what we can, if we can do anything more, if we can find an alchemist, or we can do some research in some of the libraries, or something. Those nails, and it's got to be a history of such items somewhere.
Absolutely. I think we'll go and see what's happening to Pontos's legs, and while we're on that journey, we'll keep an eye out for some libraries or some knowledge or some scholars who can help us point us in the right direction. But if you do see me sneaking away at night, don't worry, unless I'm sneaking around the camp looking very hungry.
Often with you, when you start when you're wanting to not be seen, we don't see you. You are very good at that at times.
Unless I'm underground. Bloody dwarven cowards. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you, Char, for this chat. I will leave it at that, and we'll continue to search for more information before we try and speak to this god, I think.
Okay, no worries. And when you're ready, I sort of click fingers, and you are back outside of the bottle in the room.
That's a sweet trick. I like that. Thank you, Char. Then I'll go back down into the bar and buy some drinks for whoever's about.
Okay. Can you do a perception check for me, Chris? for Karirook.
Yeah. Um,
You see a tasty-looking bottle of ketchup.
I'm trying to, but my character sheet's only showing my bio info.
Really? Let me try and fix that. Oh, okay. There we go. I know why that is. Okay, hopefully it should all be visible now. You may have to click off it and on again.
Oh, it's loading. So you want the protection. My passive perception is 13.
Passive perception is 13, did you say? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you notice kind of the bar of the inn that you have found rooms in is actually not very far from the place where you met the slightly eccentric priest fellow that you were speaking to, and you turn and look through the open doorway, because this is obviously a public bar as well as a guest house, and you actually see the very man standing near, just off to one side near the doorway, and he
does.
He sort of beckons. He says, "Karirook, can I have a quick word?"
I was going to say he was in the doorway doing the whole evil monkey at you, just pointing.
I'll wander over. So, yes. What you want?
Hello, Karirook. I was wondering if you'd given any more thought to performing the rite and speaking to the Lord of Undeath. My dreams tell me he is keen to make your acquaintance.
Why would a god be keen to make the acquaintance of there?
I cannot tell you the answer to that question. I can only tell you that I feel it in my bones.
I'll just turn around to Char and give a thumbs up and say, yes, but what's your name?
My name? Oh. Well, it is... I think I told you before that the god that I represent, his name is lost. I am his last devotee. But to become a priest of the god of the forgotten, I had to forsake my own name. It is now gone. I have no name.
No name. Excellent. I'll say, okay, can I bring my colleagues with me as well? There's something I need to do.
You can bring friends with you if you wish. They cannot enter into the ritual space, I'm afraid. But they can sit outside my little hut if you wish.
I'll go to Char and say, Char, you might want to get the rest of the party together. I'm going to go and try and talk to a god, and I just want to make sure we don't get interrupted.
Right, do you want us to accompany you or just wait here for you?
Just come to the hut and provide a little bit of protection, just in case anything goes a bit dodgy.
Okay, if you just wait outside, I'll try and find everyone. Should be just a few minutes.
No worries. I'll go back to the nameless one and say, yes, I will speak to this god that you're having dreams about.
Okay.
Thank you. I will sleep. I will sleep much better knowing that. There is one ritual ingredient that we will need. It's something that you must supply. You must bring a living thing. It need not be anything large. Just the first living thing you come across.
Is there a market where I can buy a chicken?
Sorry?
Is there a market around that I can buy a chicken?
Yes, I'm sure there is. You could buy a chicken. Yes, I mean, but I don't know, a rat, a small bird, anything really. Just the first thing you spot on your way to my little little hut.
Okay. Let's do that then. I'll keep my eye open, see what I can find on the way.
Okay, so he, despite the fact that he's obviously quite aged and somewhat infirm, he leads you through the streets from the inn back to the somewhat squalid kind of priestly quarter that you previously visited. It looks a bit different in the dark. It looks quite sinister compared to how it did before. Before it just looked a bit ramshackle. Now the shadows seem to leap about and twitch in the various small flames that light the area. Can you give me a perception check, please?
No worries.
I'll quickly be trying to round up everyone else as well.
Perception.
Okay. Yep. You spot a rat coming out of a gap in a stone wall. It is almost as big as a terrier. It is a proper city rat, proper black city rat that has, grown fat on the refuse of the streets. It looks at you and kind of briefly makes eye contact.
Okay. I'm going to look at casting a spell. Give me a second.
Okay.
Okay. So if I cast a spell on this creature, D3 cold damage and ended by ice for 1 minute.
It has to be alive, and that could very well kill it.
Alright, how am I going to catch it?
Well, you are pretty quick, so you could just try and make a grab for it. You can give me an acrobatics check if you like.
Acrobatics.
Okay. So, what did you actually roll for that? 16. You dart forwards and grab it with both hands. As it sees you coming, it kind of twitches in terror and tries to back into the hole, but you have your hands on it before it can actually make any serious attempt to escape. You have this rat entirely at your mercy. You can hold it in your hands, or you can put it in a sack or something if you have one, but otherwise, you have a living thing, the first living thing that you came across.
Cool. I'll bring that along, say to the old wise man with no name. We've got our living, or soon to be not living item.
Excellent. Wow. I've never seen a rat so big. It must be very, what's the word? Fortuitous. Very, it's an omen, a great omen, that such a creature has wandered almost willingly into your grasp. Quickly, come with me. Our work is almost done. It's a simple ritual, quite quick, but well, not entirely enjoyable, I'm afraid. But you'll be fine.
Yeah, I was just going to say while he's doing that, because I was just grabbing the other three, because Pontos Karirook wanted us to accompany him. So
yes, you may catch up with him. You may even find him catching a rat, not far from the steps of the inn.
He must be hungry already. Yeah. Yeah. Pontos, deep boring. Karirook just is trying to get some answers for some personal bits. He just wants us to accompany him to make sure he's not being tricked or led astray for now. When the time's right, he can explain this. Can you just come along with us for now, please?
Deep furrows his brow, but he's willing to go.
Cool. Okay. The priest of the Forgotten leads you to his small hut, which is the last vestige of this all but forgotten deity. And he waves you inside. He lights a tiny little candle. It's a rather ugly candle. It looks, the wax is very dribbly. It doesn't look like a nice beeswax candle with lovely smooth sides. It looks like some kind of tallow candle, and it looks like the wick may even be made out of hair. But he kind of lights this candle. It doesn't smell very good either, and he places it next to this little altar, and he says, "Kneeling room only, I'm afraid. Come in, and we'll just draw across that little curtain. It doesn't really keep things out, but it's good enough." He draws it across. There's a gap under the curtain, so you can actually see the people inside from the outside. To an extent, you can see them kneeling, and you can hear their hushed voices from within. He says, "Right, there are 3 parts to this ritual. Firstly, we require the sacrifice of a living thing. This rat is perfect. It is large and healthy and somewhat vile. But yes, we will kill the rat and drain its blood into this ritual bowl here. The bowl is like it's quite a shallow bowl. It looks almost like a wine bowl that you might drink out of. It doesn't look like it would hold an enormous amount of fluid, but you can give me a... do you have medicine?
Mm.
Medicine or survival?
Can anybody roll this?
I don't know whether anyone else will be able to see the bowl. That's the thing. I think...
okay.
No. Okay. Oh, survival. Okay. This. It looks like it's made out of bone. What kind of bone? You would be hard pressed to say, but this small bowl is made out of bone. It looks like it would probably hold 2 cupped hands worth of liquid. It doesn't have much of a lip, so you could drink out of it quite easily if you needed to. He says, "Well, shall I tell you the steps first, or are you ready to begin?"
So let's just crack on.
Very well. Okay. Well, I will hold the bowl. You dispatch the beast, slit its throat, and we will collect its blood, or at least some of its blood, in this bowl here. Then we will set it down on the altar and prepare for the second step. Are you ready?
No. Yes, I'll put out one of my normal daggers. One of my Crimson Dirk, actually. Let's just throw while I'm holding it upside down and let
Okay.
the blood drip in.
So it twitches feebly in your hands, and blood begins to fill the bowl. He says, "Very good, very good. Okay. I will place this on the altar. It appears it's enough. It's excellent. Very good." He places it down on the altar. The altar looks like an apple crate that's just been turned upside down and fashioned as some kind of altar. He says, "Right, here's the bit that's going to be quite hard for you. I will help you as best I can, but we require your blood now. But it must be your very heart's blood. I have a special dagger for the task." He pulls out like a 8-9 inch long silver stiletto with a hollow point, and a wooden handle. It's very shiny, and at the bottom there is another metal thing that comes out from it, and kind of ends in a lip, as if the lip of a jug. And he says, "What you must do is take this in one hand and drive it into one of the ventricles of your heart, and then we will adjust this little thing here, and blood will come out, and we will mix it with the rat's blood. Yes."
Yeah.
So
That doesn't sound.
it doesn't sound good, but I promise you, this will not kill you. You are beyond that kind of death. It will be unpleasant, but you will heal rapidly. I promise you.
It better not to kill him.
No, Master Warlock, it will not kill him. I promise you. You must trust me. You must trust me, Karirook. I would not lead you all the way here just to kill you. That would be rude.
How much blood do you need? How long is this going to take?
Well, it will only take a few seconds, probably, for the blood to drain into the bowl. And then I will stir it with the ritual dagger, perform a few quiet prayers, and then you will have the opportunity to speak to the Lord of Undeath. It's just one more step, and then we'll be there. I can't say it won't hurt. It will, a lot.
So I've had Char in the background, so I didn't be able to kill him. It's given me a little bit of bravado, I guess. So I take the Silhouette blade and I open up my tunic and I just smack it straight in. Well, trying not to scream.
Okay. Well, if you're trying not to scream, give me a Constitution save. See whether you can hold it in. You do a very good job of it. You might bite your lip a little bit, but you manage to plunge the stiletto straight into your own heart. Blood rapidly begins to flow down the little tap you realise it is, and the priest of the Forgotten gathers it in the bowl, mixing it in with the rat blood. The two colours of blood seem to be quite different. Yours is very dark, a very deep red. The blood of the rat seems to be quite a bright colour, and they form a swirl together in the bowl, and it looks like it carries on moving after he finishes stirring it. He pulls the dagger out of you, none too gently, which might elicit a bit of a squeak. But you do rapidly feel the flesh of your chest kind of healing up. He says, "We're nearly there. We're nearly there." He begins to stir the blood in the bowl together into one with the dagger, and he says, "It's nearly time." He begins to whisper a few quiet prayers over this bowl. You can't really hear what he's saying, but as you look at him, the feeble candle lighting the little hut seems to dim more and more and more, and you can see kind of a crackling nimbus of sparks flying around his head, brighter than the candle. And yes, the room continues to darken. Let's see, how close are the people outside? Are you within 15 feet?
I don't think we'd be that close if we're outside.
Well, it depends how much room there is between where they're doing the ritual and this curtain and where the other side of the curtains. You know, just not necessarily like lean against the curtain, just a polite distance, but close enough if we need to get in there.
So I'd say that if you're deliberately standing more than 15 feet away, then that's fine. But otherwise, I think if you're that close to the hut, this is a one-room hut. It doesn't have any rooms in it. If you're standing next to it, you're probably within 15 feet. outside, you see the darkness begin to gather under the curtain, and so it looks like it's getting darker inside. You can't quite fathom how this would be happening, but it starts to look darker inside, even though you can still see the fitful flickering of the candle. Suddenly, you all feel the most tremendous pressure in your heads. This is all of you, unless you're deliberately standing more than 15 feet away. So suddenly, you feel your head being squeezed, it feels like, and then blood shoots out of your nose and out of your ears and out of your mouth, and it's just a momentary kind of extrusion, and you're not even sure if it's yours, but it's just a momentary and unpleasant thing, as if something very unpleasant has just appeared right next to you and had this effect on you. Suddenly, Karirook looks at the priest of the Forgotten, and he looks different.
Suddenly, his eyes are glowing white. And he says, "Who seeks an audience with Orcus?"
So I am Karirook Thistledown, and your servant spoke to me, said he was having dreams, and you wanted to meet me.
Yes. You have contracted the curse of undeath, but you are not mine. Most likely, one of Inogu's spawn created the item that cursed you. It places you beyond my power. It places you beyond my help.
Where does it place me?
It places you next to the abyss. I can help you to realize your full potential.
What would that involve? What would my full potential be?
It would be like you currently experience, but in its most refined form.
What would that mean?
Well, you would be fully undead, disconnected from the mortal coil. It would make you one of mine. It would make you one of my champions, and perhaps, if you perform well in my name, I might make you my scion and imbue you with my power.
Let's go. Okay. This is something I would seriously have to think about.
I understand.
Being undead, it's frowned upon. It's not really something I can walk around this mortal earth without.
Your current condition may already be irreversible. Your choices are narrow. You may choose death or undeath. But I will not pressure you into making a decision. My servant, the priest
If I did take this elixir and I did change, I became your champion, what would that mean for me and my party? My friends, my colleagues who I've been with for a long time.
Perhaps they could be persuaded to join you.
Oh, already been down this route, laddie. No way.
By the way, your power would be magnified many times.
It's very interesting. I will speak to your follower, and I'll speak to some close friends, and I will make a decision soon.
Very well.
If I did take this elixir, is that my only option? Are there any other options? Will I die if I do not take it? Or should I just continue?
This is merely the only thing I have to offer. Others may claim to be able to help. This is my offer.
Thank you, Lord. I will think about it.
Farewell, Karirook. I leave you in the care of my subject.
Suddenly, the light in the room rises again, and you can see this old man in front of you. His eyes are wide with excitement, and his skin that looks like it's stretched across his skull suddenly looks really thin and yellow, and you can see all the little pocks and scars on his face, and he just seems very thin and pathetic compared to the august presence that you were just experiencing. He says, "It is simple. All I need do is mix a little of my blood in with that which is in this bowl. I can put it in a vial, and you can take it with you."
Go. Make it so.
Very well. He looks kind of a bit. He's got a slightly mad-looking grin. His kind of teeth stretch wide. Sorry, his lips stretch wide over his grimacing teeth, and he uses the silver stiletto, the hollow-pointed thing, to create a scratch on his hand, and his blood, which seems it looks like it's black and it's flowing quite slowly. It doesn't look like a flowing liquid. But finally, he manages to collect a few drops in this bowl, this kind of wine bowl. He gives it a bit of a mix, and then he picks up a glass bottle. It's kind of cuboid with the corners cut off, and it has a screw cap, which is in the it's like cut red glass. It looks like the top of a ruby that's been turned into like a bottle stopper. He pulls out the bottle stopper, and he kind of his hands are shaking, and he pours this elixir into the bottle, puts the stopper in, and he reaches out his hand to give it to you.
I'll take off his hands and say, thank you.
The second it leaves his hand, he's dead, lying back on a pile of rags on the floor of the hut.
I'm going to peel back the curtains, and can you stagger out and say, let's get out of here.
What happened there, Karirook? There was a there was an immense aura from a few moments ago.
Yeah, I think the old man tried to summon something. I'm not sure quite what quite happened. The old man's dead now. I think we best burn this place and move. And we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, John. Sorry.
Yes.
First off, that was really really good. That was just for the notes. There was one bit I didn't quite get through the software. It was you said the nails were. It was I got a blank spawn created item. I didn't quite get what the blank was.
Ah, yes, he referred to Yenogu, who is the that is the god of the gnolls, who is also the god of ghouls and ghasts.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I got my notes there for reference sake.
I mean, good luck to the good luck to YouTube's dialogue maker, because it's not going to get any of that, is it? I'm going to have to listen to it back and write a speech down.
I got pretty much everything else. It was just Yunugu, as you were going through it was just like couldn't quite make out what that was. But...
Yeah.
So, will I know who Yunugu is and what a scion is?
I don't know. You could ask some of the party members who are better with long words. Yunogu, you could probably gather from the context that Yunogu is a god or some kind of powerful entity. Perhaps someone else in the party could tell you more about them. Which I will obviously have to feed them.
Can we ask Frenchy if he knows?
The sword was oddly subdued during that whole encounter. It's probably the longest that he's shut up for since you've had him.
My axe.
Axe, yes. Did I say sword just then? For some reason, I was thinking.
Frenchy would not like you calling him a sword.
Oh, I'm very sorry, Frenchie. Yeah, that's okay, John.
oh God, the drinks got to him.
Oh, not yet. God.
Okay. Well, as we walk away, I'll just turn around and I'll just use. I won't go excessive. I'm not going to fireball it, but I may use a burning hands just on some of the cloth and the woodwork on the front, just as we're leaving, just to encourage it.
It doesn't take much. The hut, which is obviously made of scraps of wood taken from other places, it is smouldering in seconds, and before you're even out of sight at the end of the road, it's fully aflame. The flames don't seem to be spreading to other buildings. Perhaps they are protected somehow, but you feel like this last vestige of the god of the forgotten is just kind of ready to go. It's just it almost it seems to be being consumed almost too quickly by the fire, but it is definitely on its way out.
So, Karirook, did you get answers? I'm not going to sort of spell out exact everything, just more, sort of go into any more detail. Just did you get any answers?
I'll just quietly nod and say, and I'll point to his little magic lamp.
Yeah, we'll discuss later when it's safe to do so.
Excuse me. So, where are you headed to, gang?
The ship.
Aye, but we'll be needing a crew.
Well, if I'm sure Pontos knows the best places to maybe get some crew. I've just got a few things I need to write up before we set off in the morning, I guess.
Well, all right.
They're all dead.
I'll write some correspondence to my mind to go along with yours, just to see how my Miners Guild is working out with you.
So where are you right now?
If it's late in the...
Yeah, didn't you say were in an inn?
Well, I mean, you left the inn. Are you back at the inn?
Oh, are we back at the inn, Dad?
If it's late in the evening, I would guess we'll sort of do this, and then in the morning we can try and find a crew and see what needs to be done.
Okay. So, as you go into the front door of the inn, you see a familiar face standing at the bar. Let me see if I can make it go big. You see Astra.
Hello.
I don't know. Does Borin know Astra? I'm not sure.
We've seen her.
All right. Okay. So Astra turns around. Astra has in her hand grasped a scroll, and she says, "I'm here. I came as fast as I could." In fact, she should probably have the same accent as Karirook, so I'll try that again. I came as fast as I could.
Oh.
What do you want? Sorry, that's terrible. I normally do better than that, but what can I do for you? I mean, I got this letter. I came as fast as I could. Karirook, you look terrible. I've never seen you look so pale.
Ah, thanks, Astra. Who sent the letter?
Well, you did. She hands it to you.
Did you?
Yeah. Something.
Here we go. So, I will try and make it big. It says, "Dear Astra, we are in dire need. A cursed artifact with fell powers has fallen into evil hands. Please come to Neverwinter as soon as you can and help us retrieve it. Prepare for a voyage by sea and bring any weapons you can. Love and hugs from the Crimson Dirks. Kiss, kiss, kiss."
Did anyone send this? Because I didn't.
I'm just looking at Char. Char.
I have not sent any correspondence to anyone for a long time, let alone Astra Karirook.
Well, and anyway, I'm here now, and I brought weapons, and I'm ready for a sea voyage.
Yeah. Let's point out for the fact and make sure she understands we did send this. Can anyone do magic detect? See what is if anything is foul with this letter?
Yeah. What have you got that might allow you to do that?
I don't have anything that allows me to do that.
Anybody?
So, I suspect Tyr sent this. Can I roll insight to try to deduce that?
Yes, you can try and do that.
Yeah, bad roll.
Not bad.
I mean, it seems like it would be the kind of thing she'd do, but there's no specific evidence of that.
Okay. I'll ritual cast detect magic to see if the letter is magical.
Okay. So that doesn't require any kind of roll, does it? That just means that anything within 30 feet of you, or is it 15? Anything within a certain distance of you will reveal its secrets. This appears to be common parchment, and ink. There's a slight whiff of brimstone to it, though.
Yeah, I think it was her.
So Astra says, "Well, I've got the road in my throat. Are you going to buy me a drink or what?" Have you got a tab?
Come on, old friend. I'll buy you some beers. Is everyone having some ale? Something a bit stronger.
I'll come have a drink.
I'll go up to the bar and say,
dwarf drinking contest. Challenge you to one.
done. I'm putting down a couple of gold on the bar and say, barmaid, keep our party happy.
Okay.
I don't ever want to see the bottom of this glass. Let's go.
He just pulls your eyes out.
The beer is being served. There's no licensing laws in Neverwinter, at least none that I can be bothered to invent. So beer keeps coming. You sit down in the lounge area of the bar, and after a couple of drinks and a little bit of reminiscing, you hear another familiar voice saying something along the lines of, "All right, I thought I'd never find you. What are you doing here?" And who should it be?
It's me sister.
It's Karirook's sister, also known as... I've forgotten her name. Hawklane. Hawklane Thistledown. She says,
this is the one. This is the one you probably met, Michael. You wouldn't have met.
Yeah, so this is the one I met.
Karirook, you look like shit.
They both look and sound the same.
So I'll go up and give her a big hug. Say, what are you doing here?
Classic dwarf thinking all elves look the same.
Well, you sent me a letter. I dropped everything. I came as quick as I could.
Oh God, not again.
Char. No, I think Tear's up to something. Oh, come on, sit down, sister. Let's have some beers and catch up. I am absolutely fine, thank you.
I thought you'd never ask. She's lost her accent completely. Okay.
You remember the party, don't you?
Yes, of course I do. Yes, I've met them all.
Stay away from Char. He wants to marry anything with a pulse on it.
Oh, really?
I think that is slanderous. I thought we were friends, Karirook, but I will honour your warning and keep my proposal urges in check.
After a few minutes, Hawklane produces a very similar letter to Astra. The only difference is that it is addressed to Hawklane instead of to Astra. It is identical in all other respects.
More brimstone.
If you have the senses to detect it, then yes. After another round is sunk and everyone has got a bit comfortable,
someone else shows up.
Another person arrives.
Yep, here we go.
Hey, it's Char's wife.
Char has a
And a sister. It's a complicated situation.
Yes, right, I remember, yeah.
Hello there. The Crimson
Hello
Dirks, who have deigned to summon me halfway across the Forgotten Realms.
We've not summoned you, Scald.
What?
Yes.
I received this letter. Look at this letter here. I received it just now.
Skuld, others that have acquaintances with us have also received similar messages. I was going to be sending you a correspondence in the morning about something else, but it was not to summon you. But it is nice to see you, but something is definitely amiss with all of this.
Oh, I sent home some of my retinue. I brought my big bag of holding, and prepare for a sea voyage. I absolutely fucking hate water.
You and me both, Skuld. I am dreading that more than facing a dragon, if truth be told. But it is nice to see you, if nothing else, and I can at least offer you a drink. They allegedly have something here called fire water, but I've yet to see the fire in it. But
Well, yes, please, yes. As quick as you can.
I'll put a couple of gold pieces on the bar as well for this ongoing tab.
So, everyone might be starting to get a little bit squiffy. Another familiar face arrives. Go ahead. Sorry.
I want to make an announcement. Char and her sister are nowhere near going near the powder room on the ship.
Boring. Scold here is not my sister. That is just Karirook having a bit of a joke where you thought all elves were the same. Scold is a fellow Genasi from the City of Brass, but she works directly for the Lord of the City of Brass directly.
Oh yeah, your demon boss guy, right?
He is not a demon.
Either way, you're not going anywhere near the gunpowder room.
What is he talking about? What gunpowder room?
If there is one on the ship.
Oh. Okay, well, you know, I will go where I am required. I will go where I am required to go.
The firewater seems to be affecting you.
Yes, indeed. Well, it is. Oh, it tastes like cinnamon. It is quite nice. It is a drink named after a spell. Yes, fireball. Not bad.
Okay. Well, if no one else is going to show up, should we call it a night?
But wait.
For the love of God.
I've forgotten who this one is.
This is like the dating game for Char. Like, which one is he going to pick?
This is the one that we met with whilst on the way to the mountain. And
right at the start of the last arc, but I don't have that book to hand at the moment.
It's okay. I can tell you.
Wasn't she?
Yep. This is the half drow, known as Fira, who was one of the leaders of the resistance of Kostroma, which was one of the towns that you helped to save from the dark gnome menace. She says, "Good evening. I do feel like I owe you a debt, but I do somewhat object to being summoned by a single page scroll, and being told that I must prepare for some sea journey. I don't like it. But here I am."
I just have every emotion everyone shows the exact same letter.
She sort of...
Deep, she's one of your subjects. Please, can you talk to her, please?
Her jaw is currently going... because she's seen all the other letters, and she's like...
Yeah, well, hello. Good to see you here. I'm afraid you've been the victim of a hoax, but at least all it caused you to do was make a trip.
Well, this is true. Hello, Your Majesty. I did not see you there immediately. Otherwise, perhaps I would have bitten my tongue.
Is that a comment about my height?
No, certainly not, my lord. I merely meant that the first person I saw was Fiery Boy here, because he stands out wherever he is, because he's all flaming and stuff, you know. Anyway, my lord, I am here to serve. I just was just a little bit taken aback by the method of my summoning. That is all.
Right.
Okay, well,
I open the door. Yeah, I just open the door and just like look outside. Is there any more people coming?
Where's Mr. Beak? Well, Mr. Beak is obviously on Pontos' shoulder. Yes. To anybody joining us, you may notice that all of the NPCs are female. I think this was just my way of trying to introduce a little bit of have a few more female characters in the game, considering that all the players are male and all of them play male characters. Although I do realise that it probably looks somewhat. You could infer the wrong thing from that. But anyway, that is basically why they're all girls. But I will introduce some male NPCs as well.
I think the anime term is called a harem.
No, they are not your waifus. But they have.
Char's got a sort of ready-made harem for all these ladies to go into in his pocket.
No, it's not harem. I like to just consider it more a pimp.
Okay, well, before any more people come in, can we go to bed, get ourselves a crew, and hit the high seas?
Yeah, I think we're going to need to get another drink. I'll order another fire water because I think someone else might be popping up in a minute.
Oh God!
Oh, I'm running out of NPCs. Who else are you expecting?
Gundren Rockseeker. Where is he?
He's working. He's busy.
What about that old wizard we helped get to the mines? Where's that guy?
Oh, he never even had character art. He's not coming.
Damn.
Thinking Tia was going to pop up and explain what's happening here.
What about that guy Hallwinter, or whatever the hell his name is?
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sake. Are there any, I was going to say, any more sexy female characters you've met? And there's
speaking of anime, here comes Tyr.
Yep. Here comes Tyr the succubus.
Or Felice. They were the other two options, really.
Well, Tyr appears. Tyr appears. She sort of just blinks into existence. I'm just gonna randomly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Tyr pops into existence on Karirook's lap.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello, Tyr.
How are you all? How are you enjoying Neverwinter? I know you've been here before. Home away from home for you, isn't it? I brought my big suitcase, and I brought my big scythe as well.
Did you get a letter as well?
Yes. Why are you saying it with that tone of voice?
Everyone show the letter.
But I've got one just like that. And only people who know me can send me letters, otherwise they wouldn't know where the letter is.
Oh yeah, but you could send one to yourself.
Why would I send a letter to myself?
As a ruse.
A ruse? A diversionary tactic? Well, I mean, I could, but I didn't. I really didn't. Look, here it is. She shows you a letter. It looks exactly the same as the others.
Now, this is more concerning than anything else. The fact that there are mundane ways to send letters to people around the material plane, but to then send the similar to a being in a different plane to know who they are and where they are, that is something quite impressive.
Well, there aren't many people who could have done that, you see.
In my drunken state, I was a Char. What's your master doing just now?
My lord would have no real interest in most of these individuals. Skuld is outside of his area of control, and the risk of him counter-ordering Skuld would be tantamount to almost suicide. So I can't see it being him.
I'm just going to look at Pontos and say, Pontos, my friend, you've got a really powerful ally somewhere while I'm still drunk, and I'm just gonna
Or enemies.
or enemy, yes.
Scold.
Yeah.
Do you not Scold? Sorry, not Scold. This drink's getting to me.
Tia.
Tia.
Yes.
Do you know of a fellow individual from your home plane by the name of well, we know them as Felice.
What sort of rings a bell?
That's about the only person I think that.
She's way above me though. She's
Yes. We have come across her once. My friend Borin here made a deal with her.
Oh,
Oh. You
But,
made a deal with the devil and it wasn't me? I'm hurt. I am so hurt. Right here, right in the heart.
With my eyes.
Oh. Don't believe it.
Okay.
Oh.
I pull out Frenchie. Put it to the paper and just like, is any magic on this familiar to you? Is this the same magic gear as your boss?
I mean, what are you asking me? I'm sorry, hold on. Let me dry the tears first.
Oh.
She makes a point of she very theatrically blows her nose with a black silk handkerchief, which catches fire and disappears. I'm sorry, what were you saying, Borin?
Do these letters and this axe have a similar magical signature?
It's very difficult to tell at the moment, darling. Karirook, I don't know. It smells like he's fucked a graveyard or something.
Thanks for that.
Another long story.
Oh.
But focus, please. This is really important.
So, in my drunken state, I'm going to say, Warren, can I have a look at Frenchie for a second?
No, you can. Oh, you want to have a look at Frenchie?
Yes.
The sword that has literally I've got to deal with. If I lose it, I lose my soul. The axe that literally, if I lose it, I lose my soul. You want to just take that?
Tell you what, you keep hold of him, and I'll go and touch the blade or the head of Frenchie. Just to see if there's a reaction.
Okay, yeah, you go for it.
Borean, what is going on? Why are you letting random people touch my head?
Strange request, mate. You sensing anything from him?
Well, not really. I mean, nothing unusual. I mean, he's a little bit chaotic. You know what I seek out? I seek out souls that are lawful and evil. That is what I have been told to collect. You see that?
Okay, but he still has his soul.
Well, yes, I think so.
I'm just going to nod and leave him alone. I'll just touch him to see if Frenchie had any reaction, if it was shying away from me or happy days.
But the fact that someone has found people that have a connection to us and brought us all together like this could be quite. Yeah, the fact that people. I mean, I have no doubt of the abilities of Astra and Scold and Tia. We've seen them in action, and they are capable. But to put all of us all here together like this is concerning. This is not. This is getting me a little bit concerned.
Well, maybe somebody knew that you needed a crew, and just thought they'd send you some old friends. It might not be sinister. I mean, it probably is. It's probably nothing good, but
it's too convenient, too neat. But if
Well, I'll say we'll have to just face it head on, because if there's no clues here, then we can't do anything about it.
Oh,
So yes,
Karirook, is that a nice dagger in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
definitely a nice dagger you gave me.
Oh,
I
I'm a bit
I have
disappointed.
to agree with Borin here. I think unless we know otherwise, we might have to play the game that someone has laid out for us until we know otherwise.
That sounds fun. I like games, and voyages. I mean, technically, I don't need to travel anywhere, but I could, if you've got a ship, I could just put my door on the deck.
Yes, you could certainly do that. That would not be a problem.
Yay! Road trip.
Is it a road trip if there is no road?
Sea trip. Well, I mean,
Okay.
I won't be travelling. Well, I'll sort of be travelling with you. Door trip.
Yeah.
Just please just leave whatever crewmen we need or pick alone. We do not need you mooching off them.
I'll help. I can be really helpful. I could.
Right. Okay. Sure.
I'm sure I
Okay.
can do something helpful. I don't know. I could weave some mystical wards that would help to. I don't know. Move the sails or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Are you set? Okay. Do we actually need a crew now? I'm asking out of character. Do we actually now need a crew?
I mean, you sort of had a crew before, and then you disappeared off for months. So your crew, your ship, is sitting in the dock, racking up kind of harbour fees with nobody on it.
Okay.
Well, I think
I
now
resent
we
that.
just need
I
to-
resent that remark, Deep. I'm not in the least bit obnoxious. How could you say such a thing? I thought we were friends.
Like you,
Let's
Tyr.
go to bed. I want to get on the ship and fight.
Oh,
Boren's got a problem with you, Tyr. I don't think anyone else does. Not sure why Boren doesn't like you.
oh
I
well.
want to go kill something.
All right. Well, anyway, I've never had a rooming in before. Who's going to let me bunk up with them?
I think Boren.
Oh, could I stay in your room, Borin?
At this point.
Oh,
I've slammed the door and gone to bed at this point.
Oh,
And just for good measure, put the chair against the door.
I know what. Let's get a room for the ladies. We'll get a little suite, and we can all just stay in there, and braid each other's hair and
Drink
things
and
like
have
that.
pillow
It'll be
fights.
loads of fun. No boys allowed. And she kind of gets up and goes to the bar. She kind of snaps her fingers and her wings just kind of fold up, and her little tail just kind of disappears as well. And she kind of knocks on the bar. Excuse me, I'd like a room for me and my 4 friends here. Oh, you've only got. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. We can share. It doesn't matter if you don't have any twin rooms. We'll all just squeeze in. It'll be lovely. As long as we don't set fire to the bedding. Scold, can you make those flames stop? You can. Okay, good. Right. So, they all disappear off upstairs into their own room. Tyr is having the time of her life. The others look a bit wary. Scold kind of gives Char a backward glance and raises an eyebrow as if to say, "What?" You know?
Just don't make any deals and have fun.
And Fira, as she walks away, kind of walks away facing Deep and bowing as she goes, because obviously he's the king and sovereign. And then they're gone, and you're alone at the bar. Now seems like as good a time as any to have a little comfort break. So let's grab drinkies and go to the loo and stuff like that, and then we shall reconvene.
Cool. That's cool. See you in a bit.
Cool. Right, catch you in a bit. And break screen, and we're back in the room. Right, go ahead.
So hang on. If I can summarize our crew, we have two elemental mages who should not be on a wooden ship. The one half orc that actually has the experience to pilot a ship. Two dwarves who spend most of their time underground. A one-eyed elf. A succubus-like demon, and somebody who has never ever spent a day on their life because they've been a resistance leader fighting mecha zombie creatures. That's our crew.
Devil, not demon.
Sorry, devil.
Or fiend is the species, isn't it? And and devil is like the alignment or career path or something. But yeah. Well, so what's the plan? You spend the night at the inn. Some of you are probably more hungover than others, but we'll not let that be a big impediment to your day ahead. The ladies come down for breakfast. Some of them have braids.
Okay. Well, using this
Some of them have a
opportunity.
couple of feathers on them from pillow fights.
Say that again?
Some of them have a couple of feathers on them from pillow fights.
No visible feathers.
Yeah, Scold. Wonder if you might be able to help. I was going to send this via you anyway. If there is a way that you have to send correspondence back to the City of Brass, I was going to just have got this report just to send back to my lord.
Certainly, yes. We have a way. Yes.
Can you
yes,
say hi to him for me as well, please?
Oh, certainly, yes. I'm sure he would be very happy to hear from you.
Yes, I'd forgotten how you have such notoriety, Karirook.
Yes, they're like that, don't you know? It's
so rumor has it.
Such a beautiful friendship.
So unexpected as well. And then just after breakfast, I'll quickly find some courier to send my other couple of letters, and I'll deduct for the inn, the drinks, and the letters. How much do you want me to deduct?
Oh, probably not a huge amount. I would say you'd probably even have change from 5 gold, but you're quite a generous tipper, so perhaps call it 5.
Yeah, that's fine. Just so it's done. That is all good.
Yes, your letter should appear in the on the plane of fire within a day or two. There is a channel in our unofficial one of our unofficial residences within the city. You know, it is kind of a bit like a consulate, but you know, there are no formal relations between the material realm and the elemental plane of fire, but you know, there are some conversations go on occasionally. Yes, so we have a what you might call a diplomatic bag.
Yes, I unfortunately my channels are limited, but I was going to get this to you, but since you are here, that saved me a little bit of gold to transport it. But excellent.
Well, I mean, you might like to hear this because my briefings can be somewhat few and far between, and I am given a wide latitude to pursue my own interests, which is a wonderful thing after many years of servitude and micromanagement. But yes, now I do occasionally get read into certain communications between the higher genies, and I believe that your name is spoken in some circles. You know, people watch your progress. Your achievements reflect well on your lord, and so his status increases with yours, and they are happy with you at the moment. You know, your communications reflect well upon you. I just thought you might like to know that.
That is good to hear. My life is my lord's to command, but last time I was in the city of Brass, that was in violation of his edicts, and I was punished until I could carry out deeds to earn his forgiveness. So I am trying to be more careful after such a lesson.
It has been noticed, but his ire cools. But yes. So where are we going in this boat of yours?
Our large one-legged friend here. He is our captain and our navigator.
So Pontos, where to?
Good question.
Shouldn't we have a couple of days to learn how to sail first?
Well, Tia pipes up. Well, you know, nothing like being thrown in the deep end. I'm sure we can get it going.
You learn by doing. That's how I learned
The
to
deep
fire a
end of
cannon.
this world has krakens in it.
Well, I mean, there's worse things than krakens out there. If we meet a kraken, I'll give it what for.
Okay. Oh, that's just terrible. Okay then, if you're sure, let's get going then.
So
We need to just make sure we got provisions and supplies on the ship, and then a monstrous harbour bill I think's imminent.
yes, we have to come up with some idea how long it's been left languishing there. How long's it been? How long were you away for? Well, you were away for 24 sessions. Some of those sessions had days in between them. Some of them were strung together. I don't know. It's going to be at least, I don't know. Let's say it was about half a year. And let's say they bill weekly. So that would be 26 weeks.
Jesus
Okay,
Christ.
I will think of a number. So if you would like to provision your ship and pay your harbour fees, I reckon that will probably cost you, I don't know, a couple of hundred gold pieces maybe. I don't know. You guys are reasonably well off these days, so I'm sure that won't hurt you too much. You can carry, I would say, in terms of provisions, each of you can carry 10 about your person. That would be in backpacks and things. I'm going to say that you can carry... How much can you carry in terms of actual provisions? I reckon you could probably carry maybe even a couple of hundred days worth of provisions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what type of ship is it? Is it a frigate, a scoot, or what?
It is a boat with sails. Hold on.
Cannons?
I'm going to attempt to show it to you. So...
So if we say enough food for all of us for 100 days.
Yep. So that would...
So 5. So that's 10 of us. So that's 1,000. So that's 500 gold pieces for the provisions. And then how much for the harbour fees?
Well, that's going to be... that's probably going to be like a gold piece a week for 26 weeks. So, you know, it's not an enormous amount of money.
Okay. So 26 gold pieces. Okay. Pontos, since you while you're trying to show everyone around the ship, I'll sort out the provisions and everything, and I'll cover that.
Cool. Okay, I'm going to
I'll
move.
just run to deep. Say, oh, sorry, Char. I've got quite a bit of gold left if you need anything. Not really bought much.
I am fine. I got taught the principle of trying to make sure if I'm going to be with allies, to make sure my allies are fully equipped to do their task, and having Pontos with a ship that is crewed and available is well within that as far as I'm concerned.
So I am going to show you the deck of the Conflagration. Now this, you may recognise this ship, because it's actually exactly the same ship as the one that Nate's using in his side game. But it's actually the ship.
So
It's the same ship you had when it was the Conflagration as well. So it's one of the free sets from Roll20, which is quite nice. So here is the deck of the ship. Now, the level that is showing is the one which, like the forecastle and the which one's the forecastle? The back or the front? I can't remember. But this shows the rooms at the front and the back rather than the raised sections of the deck. When you are
the forecastle is at the front.
Yeah. So yeah, the yeah. Why is it doing that? It's making me. Oh, I know why that is. Okay. So I should stop zooming in and out because I've just realised that that's what's actually going to appear on the video. So stop moving it, John. But yes, so this is the deck of the Conflagration. I'm going to show you the deck below as well, just by zinging you across. Ping. There we go. So there are some rooms. There are a few doors in there as well, but have a little look around.
Okay.
We may be able to develop this and decorate it a bit. I've left it almost bare. But there is another level below that. I did actually have it set up so that it would teleport people between decks on when we were doing the previous campaign arc with the no smoke without fire. But I had some trouble with that because for the... Did it open?
I don't even know if it... Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I've only just heard the sound effect twice, so no.
Okay, well, we'll work that out. We won't worry too much about that right now. It may just be set to the wrong colour or something. But yes, there are a few rooms. I'll put you on the other side of that door so you can see what's above there. Oh, where did you go? I tried to put you there and you vanished. There we go. So that's one room there. And then you've got this room here. There's a few rooms down here. I'm going to show you the bottom floor as well. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a bit of I've accidentally moved something that one of you drew on the map. I didn't mean to do that, but never mind. But we can decorate this a bit with I don't know, a bit of furniture and stuff like that. There's like an office on the on the top deck, and yeah, I don't know why the doors are not opening and closing as they should, but I will work that out at some point. But yes, you have this boat called the Conflagration. It had on it, you can't see them here, it had 4 cannons on it. The party did a bit of piracy and got a bit of loot so that they could buy cannons for the ship. So there are cannons on the deck. And yeah.
Okay, I will spend my time practicing how to unload and load the cannons then.
Okay.
I can help you with that. I'm a good shot with cannons.
Yeah, the difference between archery and a cannon accuracy.
This is true.
I've fired these cannons before.
Okay.
Yes, Well, you can point them in the right direction. Just tell me when, and I can light a fuse for you quite happily.
Okay, so I'm loading powder and muzzle.
Or just put me in a deck, and I can be a glorified incendiary cannon for you. It's
That is
either way.
Anybody else want their positions, Captain Pontos?
We're all good.
Well, yeah, Deep wants to be on the deck.
Cool.
The poop deck for Deep.
Yep. Who wants the crow's nest?
I'll go up there.
Karirook up there.
Karirook in the crow's nest. Okay.
L5s.
And then I have no doubt that Pontos will be steering the ship.
He will attempt to be steering the ship.
And yeah, who's former Hellfire's troop? So Deep might be on the bridge. Who can, or I don't know. Who's on the bridge? I say the bridge. I mean the bit at the back where you stand with the steering wheel. That's probably not the bridge at all.
I'll be up there.
Yeah.
The helmsman. The helm.
No idea. Yeah, the helm is the twirly bit, isn't it? Anyway,
you guys don't know a lot about ships, do you? The captain doesn't necessarily steer the ship; he just orders it.
No, the pilot steers the ship, doesn't he? But
yeah.
But I mean, I can imagine that being
Pontos'
Pontos' job.
So he's free to roam.
Sit down in my captain quarters.
Yeah, and then you can summon Will Riker in, and he can put his foot on a chair or something. And
I can see Pontos doing the full Riker on any chair he sees while on this boat, straddling every chair.
But you'd have to hold on. You'd have to hold on because he's only got one leg. So.
Pontos, did you bring Chew Bacon?
That was going to be a question of mine, but Chew Bacon is downstairs in his own luxurious room.
Just in case
no one else has a room.
I forgot to add the giant pig to the list of our crewmen.
Yeah, I think the giant pig probably just needs as much space as possible to himself, somewhere where he can't kill anybody.
If I can assign people to rooms, then Borin, you can be his personal assistant whilst we're on the boat. We'll require food and cleaning.
If you wanna label the ship rooms as what you want them to be, then go ahead and do that if you like. But
I'm quite happy to share a quarters with like Karirook because all I need is enough room for my bottle.
This is true.
Dibs on the hammock.
Well, there's two hammocks in the lower decks. But yeah, there's not an awful lot of space for people to have cabins, but I don't know. Hopefully, you won't be sailing for too long before you get somewhere.
Anyway, Captain, where are we heading?
We heading?
Well, where are we heading on this water?
We are heading forward. Completely having no idea where I'm going.
Well.
Let us check the notes.
Yeah, Pontos' homeland, I don't know if it came up before, is somewhat to the west.
Yeah, I've got a desert island west of the Sea of Swords. May have found Pontos' foot. That's all I got from last week.
Cool. Yes, if you sail west, go west.
Now, have we just loaded sails and we're exiting port?
I don't know. If everyone's ready, then you could be on your way.
I just have to sign out because my iPad is just losing power, so I'm just going to transfer to my phone. So please excuse me, but carry on.
Cool.
Yeah, whilst you're doing that, I need to move in. Laura's going to bed, and I'm going to take over for baby. So I'm going to move rooms as well.
Cool. Okay. Right. We'll just take a couple of minutes to rearrange everybody, and then.
I'm waiting for the order to set sail.
Oh, it'll happen. Don't you fear. There we go. Let's get that on the centre.
There you go. I'm back.
Ah. There we go. Right, we'll just wait for Ryan to tell us that he is ready. Gladiators, you will go on my first whistle.
Yeah. Last time we were on this boat, we had a full crew who knew what they were doing, so we could just wander around aimlessly and help where we could.
All hands on decks. Full sail.
Fireball.
Course east. Same course to east.
What about fireball?
No fireball.
Oh, I don't know. You might need a fireball at some point.
If we need an extra set of hands, I could. If you give me 10 minutes, I can, or a minute or so, I can summon Sizzle and
No
have a
fire.
There's a new slide in town.
What was that?
Who's listening to Aussie Man? Don't know where that was from.
Away captain orders to weigh the raise anchor.
Okay.
I forgot that one. So it's raise anchor, sails to full.
Yeah, and Sizzle's not a fire demon or anything like that. He's just a native of the plane of fire. He's cute and cuddly.
How many times do I have to tell you? We are on
I
wooden
just-
ship. Fire does not burn. You can enjoy fire for 10 minutes, and then you'll be spending the rest of your days waist elbow deep in water.
Only elbow deep. Oh, right.
We're only burning up to your ankles.
Is Ryan back? Hey, Ryan, you there, man?
So he's shoulder deep in water.
Don't shoulder me into anything.
I have contingencies if things go pear-shaped. I just need a little bit of time to do certain rituals.
Well, my contingency is you don't do anything fire-related unless it's at an enemy ship. Kraken or whatever.
Okay, I am going to move you to the next picture. If I can center the frame. There we go. Hopefully, you see, the very first time I tried to do this, it didn't work very well, by virtue of the fact that I was using an animated background, but I had like loads of them as tiles, and it made everyone's computers go a bit squirrely. But I think that might have been before I got the new computer, and also I'm only using one tile here, so it shouldn't be as disastrous as it was before. Don't do anything just yet. I'm just getting ready. If you would like to move around the deck, you can.
Are we on the seas? Are we on the seas? I've been waiting for this.
Yes, let's say you're on the seas heading west to Pontos's old haunts. Ah! Arr! Arr! Avast!
Avast, you scurvy dogs.
Are you back, Ryan?
Pontos. The
Where's-
shiny things in the sea.
Where's Pontos? We need Pontos.
We're on the water. Hooray. I can't think of anywhere else I'd rather be at this moment. This is fine.
Roll
This
for
is
deception.
all good.
Roll for
Is this
deception.
part of being seasick?
Roll for deception, then
yeah.
roll for constitution.
Yeah, Char would probably be the most likely to get seasick since he's never been on the sea.
Oh, he has been on the sea, he just hated it.
Can anyone hear me?
Yep.
Yay!
Yeah.
He's here. Hello. You alright?
Yeah, I've been here for a while. It just didn't say anything. I have no idea why it didn't come through.
Ah. We can see your green ring shining now, Pontos, my laddie. So, the late morning tide washes you out of the bay of Neverwinter and you head west. You sail for a whole day off to the west, going ever closer to Pontos' home. None of you are, apart from Pontos himself, very experienced at sailing, but you have a bit of time to practice, and the people on the boat are not without other talents. So they're able to do things that common sailors wouldn't be able to do. So those with magic powers or unique abilities are able to do the work of skilled sailors without having to be skilled sailors, and it works reasonably well.
I think in my time I've managed to get myself and Frenchie start singing sailor songs. Boren's getting full swing into this.
Oh, well, you'd better give us a little bit of a ditty then, and then give us a performance check.
Yo ho, a pirate's life for me. Yeah, da 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 da.
Okay, give us a performance roll just to see how inspired everyone is.
In the Navy, you can sail the 7 seas in the Navy. If I could pull up my character sheet in the Navy, it's just frozen there.
Soon these women are gonna learn why this is a male-only party.
In the Navy. You can enjoy this fellow man in the Navy. Perception performance is -1.
Okay, you break out in piratical, sea-soaked song, and many of the people on the deck cover their ears. Others just kind of scowl and swear, and eventually the song peters out. Tia says, I think Discord has just restarted on me, so I just need to do some jiggery pokery. Jiggery pokery done, or at least some of it.
Yep,
I don't know when.
Cameras out of alignment.
There we go. Non-video participants ping. Right, I was just saying that some people cover their ears, others throw things. Tia wonders if you've ever sung yourself before or just heard other people do it.
Someone that spent their whole life under a rock. How can you be so happy?
What can you do, a drunken sailor? What do you do, a drunken sailor?
Early in the morning.
Fireball them.
You're not enjoying this sea voyage, Char?
This is so
Therapeutic.
the opposite of everything that I have been brought up on. It was like the last time we went on this vessel. It is just the movement, this spray, the icy wind, the fact that there is this substance as far as the eye can see. This is just so unsettling. I am willing to do this like I did before for you for Pontos this time, but it is not high on my goals of things I would do for fun.
My lad, wait till you try a kayak. Going down the river on a small piece of wood.
Scald is busy vomiting over the side of the ship.
Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Listen to me.
Under the sea. Oh, I need to get some more dodgy Caribbean music going. For now, though, evening begins to fall. You have some deck lights, which are not very bright because you don't want to ruin your night vision. But you see some twinkling lights floating above the water. You may even notice that if you point your mouse pointers at them, you will see some tooltips. Sadly, the people at home will not be able to enjoy the tooltips. But anybody watching the water, please give me a perception roll.
Skill perception.
As well.
There we go. Skill. Perception.
Ooh, very perceptive. Okay, and Pontos, Ryan, rather than giving us a perception check, I would like you to give me a different kind of roll. I would like you to roll a wisdom check instead, please.
Yeah.
Will you know whether or not it's one of those dang anglerfish?
Hang on.
I reckon we just fire a cannon in, whatever.
Sorry, I'm just bringing it up.
Oh, well, if you actually put your mouse over them, they say dancing lights close to the surface of the water.
That's what John said a minute ago.
I did.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm just telling anyone who's watching what they say.
They can hear me talking too. So Pontos doesn't notice anything amiss.
Does Deep?
Deep is deeply suspicious of these dancing lights upon the surface of the water.
Should I shoot them?
Just as the
Yes,
thought,
cannon.
just as the thought occurs that you might shoot these creatures in the water, this strange but beautiful mirage disappears,
Oh dear.
and in the water,
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
and in the water you see dire anglerfish, which are recognised immediately by Pontos, who curses himself for forgetting the law of his own lands. These are enormous fish, huge by the scale of D&D, and they have many whipping tentacles which glow in enticing patterns and hide them from the sight of onlookers. They clearly have their eyes on the crew of this ship and would like to eat them. So I'm going to roll initiative for my dire fishes. I'm going to remove the things that I've accidentally added to the turn order by mistake. Oh, I've accidentally added the cannon. Didn't mean to add the cannons.
No, I rolled that with a 19.
Good Lord, there's more than 3. Is it just the 4?
I
Wow.
can see. I can see 5.
Well,
Yeah.
I used the cannon to activate my initiative and got a 19. Do you want me to roll again, or do you want to put me in there?
Oh, did you do that by mistake? Right. Okay. So, what is your dexterity modifier?
Tell you what, let me just do initiative, and there we go. It was +3, so I would have got a. Let's see, 19. I would have got a 17.
You're quite a dexterous little chap.
I don't understand.
Don't worry. I'll stick with the 8.
Okay, if you wish. Okay then.
Well, I don't want to, but I'm being fair.
So, as terrifying fishy maws begin to open. You notice. Right, what I'm going to do here is basically I'm not going to bother to add any of the NPCs to the initiative order. You may tell them what to do. So on your turn, if you tell an NPC what to do, they will do it. But yeah, I'm not going to give them their own initiative order or anything like that, because that would just be incredibly complicated. But I would think of them as being civilians that might be in, I think of them as being civilians. That will, otherwise it will be a very unwieldy fight, shall we say. This first dire anglerfish prepares to launch itself from the water in an attempt to bite somebody on the deck and scoop them up in its jaws. So, this anglerfish,
I think we're at the wrong part of the initiative order. Shouldn't Karirook?
Yes, you are quite right. I did not order the initiative, and so, apologies for that. Karirook, of course, should be the first to act. I thought it did it automatically. Obviously, when I recreated the game, I didn't recreate all of my settings from before. Karirook, please go ahead. The first dire anglerfish is not going to leap up first. It is you. You are in the crow's nest. You are 20 feet above the deck, probably. At least.
I get to the cannon.
Can you get to the cannon? Well, you would have to slide down the mast and run across the deck. That's going to require at least one acrobatics roll, but you might manage it.
Okay. 6.
You do know what his minimum roll is now.
It is quite high, isn't it?
Yeah, but Fumble's always.
Combat of this campaign be either a nat fail or
Okay, you take 2d6 falling damage from sliding down the mast.
Well, you're not trained in proficiency. You're not proficient in not proficient in acrobatics.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's got expertise, I think, but it just. Oh,
Well, which yeah,
you
but
got 3.
oh, maybe it's not
No,
expertise,
but,
but either way,
no,
it was a
but-
very low roll.
yeah, but the minimum you can get is a 10.
Yeah. Well, either way, I was looking for more than that. So, I'm afraid Karirook, sliding down the mast, manages to do himself 7 hit points worth of bludgeoning damage as he lands hard on the deck. You can give me a dexterity save to keep your feet.
Dexterity. I think I might be able to keep my feet. I can get 2 bad rolls in.
Jinx!
Good on him.
Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, okay. So you basically fall out of the crow's nest and land on your feet. It hurts quite a lot, but you manage
Getting
to
the chat
stay on
even
your feet.
by the way,
What's that?
people can't see it.
People can't see what?
If you, I'm looking at our screen and you can't actually see the results.
Damn it. Okay, thank you for pointing that out. I know why that is. I think I do anyway. Right, Is it back?
Yeah,
It's
it's now
back. That's annoying. I don't know where that went, but I thought it disappeared when we changed through the thing, but it's come back again, so it's there. Okay, so click through the windows many times. Karirook has kept his feet. I'm going to call this a dash, so you're not going to get a cunning action if you run to that cannon and fire it, but you may run to that cannon and you may fire it.
I will do that.
So if you click on the cannon does in fact have a token action called cannon, which I ought to rename as fire. This is an incredibly old token action that I wrote in the campaign arc before last, so I think it still works. It just won't be quite as swish as the more up-to-date ones.
I get advantage of sneak attack since I hilariously fell off the crow's nest and gave everyone a laugh. So while they were a little bit distracted, I ran up to the camera and shit.
I don't think that's how it works.
Oh!
Oh dear. Okay.
It's like a sneak attack with
It
a
says
9-pounder.
it says claw attack as well. Oops. Okay. Well, you try to shoot the dire anglerfish. Perhaps it's just because you were a little bit wobbly because you just fell off the mast.
No, the recoil hit him in the chest.
Yeah. The cannon hits Karirook. He's standing a little bit too close behind it, so it gets kicked. It kicks back into his gut.
Excellent first turn, Karirook. Excellent first turn.
So we're gonna give 1 level of exhaustion to Karirook. Anything else from Karirook? I don't know. I don't think there's much else you can do at the moment.
I'm done.
Okay. So this dire anglerfish here swims up somewhat nonchalantly, and it is going to leap up to the side of the ship and back down into the water, and what it's going to try and do is swallow your cannon. So I don't know why it has changed colour, but we will see what happens.
God save the cannons.
Okay. So your cannon has been swallowed.
Ah.
The ship leapt. Sorry, the fish leapt out of the sea. Caught the cannon's barrel in its jaws and gulped it down and splashed back into the water. It then swims back a bit and gets ready for its next move. On to deep.
Okay. Let's see. Level 3. 1. Whoa. Computer's lagging. 3, 4, 5.
Ooh.
Okay, let's see. Do I have any bonus action? I still really don't. Oh, but I guess as my bonus action, can I say to Scald, throw a fireball at him?
You can say that to her. For sure. I am going to try and find the bless icon, which for some reason it did not apply to you. Has anybody got a bless icon?
I can't.
No. Oh. Oh
Are you
dear.
back?
Yep.
Range on bless.
I didn't go anywhere. I'm still here. Here we go. So that is... I don't know if that's something to do with Discord or... I think it must be Discord. There we go.
Whack again. Yeah. There we go.
Okay. So I'm just looking for the bless icon so I can put bless on everybody who is blessed.
If you right-click and go to the icons, it's on the first row.
There you go.
Oh, there it is. That's why I couldn't see it. Okay. So you did that for all of the player characters, didn't you, I think?
Yep.
Yep. There we go. Hopefully they have been blessed in terms of what appears in your attacks. If not, we can always rectify that. In post, so to speak. So, I just need to work out why that isn't applying the token marker, but I won't worry about that too much now. On to a different dire anglerfish who swims up and is going to attempt to do a similar thing. For some reason, their colours are changing as I move them, and I don't know why. So, this is going to try and bite the cannon. It seems like these fish might recognise cannons and attack them on sight. Uh-oh, a second cannon has been swallowed.
Jesus Christ.
We move on to the next dire anglerfish. Stop eating the cannons! This one is going to dive over the top of the boat and try and splash down in the water behind it. But it is going to try and eat Pontos.
Oh.
Don't worry, if you're inside it, it can't escape you, Pontos.
True.
You can do a drac. You can stab it from the inside.
You can. So, Pontos is currently blinded and restrained. Which I think means you can't move, but I'm looking for blinded.
Disadvantage.
Okay. There's a picture of an eye with a cross through it, and I cannot find it anywhere because it's so small. There we go. No, that's drowsy. It doesn't really matter. He is blinded and restrained, and he is in the belly of a fish. But wouldn't you just know it? It is Pontos' turn.
I mean, I can try and carve my way out of its stomach.
You can certainly try.
Which one is it, sorry?
It is this one here. Hold on, let me move it so that it can be seen.
So can I just swing at it, I guess?
Yeah, you
With
can't see, so you have disadvantage, but you can attack it from within.
Yeah, just waiting.
Okay. The dire anglerfish does not enjoy that at all.
First blood.
Yeah. You are still within, but you have dealt it a wound. Okay. So.
Gonna regret eating me.
I think he probably is.
Even with disadvantage, it wasn't too bad.
So, you have dealt it more than 20 damage in a single turn. And that means it regurgitates you. So, it spits you out. You are in the water. You are effectively prone, for all that means in the water. I think we're just going to say you're in the water. I don't think you can be prone in the water, per se. So, it vomits you out. And then we're on to Char.
Well, seeing all of these doing all this stuff, and so you have to choose the target, right? I'm going to go over to there. I'm going to shout to Tia. Tia, can you help defend that cannon with Borin? And then I'm going to reach out to this one here. And you see, as I move my hand, that these, again, sort of, but much larger than before, these red glowing chains form and come out my hand and try and ensnare this piece. And I'm going to cast Hold Monster.
Ooh.
which is a DC 16 Wisdom save.
And that is this one here?
Yes.
Okay, wisdom save. I nearly forgot about Skull. She passes a constitution save, which means that she may be able to do what Borin asks. What I did, not what Borin asks, what Deep asks. I need to check first whether or not she actually has the spell you want her to cast. What was the DC?
16.
Oh no, it passes.
Mm-hmm. So sadly, I tried to do this, but it manages to swim free and my magical chains don't ensnare it. And I just stand there just cursing and swearing. Just cursed water, why not just be still and just take this? And that's all I can really do, unfortunately. I was hoping to get it sitting there as a sitting duck for a Karirook, but never mind.
Deep is in luck. I'm just going to go back to Scald. She does in fact have the ability to cast a fireball, so she is going to cast a fireball at the closest one she can see. Hopefully, there we go. She does not have an up-to-date version of the spell, but she casts a fireball on the closest fish. It is going to take a dexterity save, I think. It is dexterity, isn't it? Of course it is.
Mm-hmm.
And fails miserably, so that fish is burned for 28 points of damage.
Hell yeah, nice work, Mrs. Char.
She looks over you. She looks over at you. She's a bit green round the gills. She sort of gives you a weak thumbs up, and then immediately starts chundering over the side of the boat again. What was I going to check for? I can't remember what it was now. It's all gone. Okay, so she does that. Oh yes, I remember what I was going to check. So here we go. No, it's fine. So we move on to another dire anglerfish.
Mm-hmm.
These dire anglerfish seem to have a taste for big metal things, unfortunately. This creature jumps up.
Sorry about this, Karirook. I was really hoping to keep it on a leash.
So it kind of does a clever flick, and it tries to kind of bounce off the keel. Is it the keel? And try and grab the cannon as it goes by. Oh dear. So
Can I get an attack of opportunity?
I'm going to say yes.
Awesome.
I didn't hear what that was. That was a yes to.
Attack of opportunity.
Ah.
They're not fire based.
Oh, I thought I'd fix that, but apparently not. But yes, you hit the fish.
I don't think I should have taken cold damage.
They still take cold damage, it's just they take double cold damage if they're fire-based creatures. With the ice dagger, it does cold damage to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was that one. Now we're on to Borin. Borin is locked and loaded.
What fitting words. Okay, now that's... I am just straight up firing this cannon at this lovely beastie here. Because I know it's what's going to happen. Choose a target. Chosen. Does it have cover? No. Stand attack. Yes. Come on. It didn't give me the blend.
Oh, okay. Well, you hit it anyway. And it still
That's
says
it?
claw attack, which means I need to fix that.
15 damage from a cannon?
Well, you know, they've not been upkept really. They've just been sitting on a ship for half a year.
Oh god. Right. Okay.
So this cannon must be reloaded before you can fire it again. So you still have another action. Sorry, you can still have another attack, but you can't shoot the cannon
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just unhook my crossbow, but I don't seem to have it on the tool.
I could have sworn you put that on the character sheet. Hold on, heavy crossbow. You don't have a token action for it. You'll just have to do it the old-fashioned way off the character sheet for now. If you look in the middle box with the weapon attacks.
Yeah.
13 is a hit. For 11 piercing damage, you manage to shoot the thing.
And as for movement, I am going to. Okay, I'm going to move between the two steps, so I am out of visual range of any of them.
Okay. Cool. Right.
Whilst and like as my minor action, I'll just yell, "Anybody got a weapon? Shoot now!"
Okay, I'm going to move on to... Oh, this to our anglerfish here. So, it turns in the water. It leaves a bit of a trail of blood. But it leaps up and tries to tear off the cannon. That's another cannon eaten.
What's the point of them having 100 HP if they're just going to get eaten?
And then we begin the next new round. So, question. We may not have very many awards to award, but we've kind of come to the last 10-15 minutes. So we could attempt to do another round if we do it expeditiously. Or we could proceed straight to the awards. I'm not sure if we'll be able to award a full set, though.
Play another round.
Another round? Do I hear a second?
There aren't that many of them.
Second.
Okay. So, Karirook.
Oh. How close is this fish?
So it's in the water, which is, I don't know, 10 feet below the edge of the ship, maybe. I don't know. It's there is a bit of movement in the water, but it's definitely within shooting range.
Yeah. So I'm going to drop my ice dagger. And then I am going to shoot it with my longbow.
Cool.
Yeah.
I've just realised that the health bars of these creatures
I'm
are
not showing.
well, they shouldn't be showing at all, but I can see them on
That's
the
alright. The characters can see them. Sorry, the watchers can see them.
yeah.
Can't see him at all.
You can't see them. Okay, that's fine then. That's cool.
I didn't get bless on that either, I don't think.
Are you still here? So
Yeah, it won't have made a difference in terms of damage done.
And I'm going to go under the sail and hide.
Okay. It did give you bless. It's just it didn't at the beginning say you are blessed. So that's obviously an older version of the script which I need to update. Apologies for that. Okay, on to another dire anglerfish who has already got a belly full of metal. It turns around looking for something to chew on. Let's see. It sees whether it can leap over the ship, but doesn't think that it has the range to do so. So it kind of swims towards Pontos in a slightly unhurried fashion. It seems nonchalant, as if it's done this before. On to deep.
Okay. Yeah, this is a bad situation. Come over here. I'm gonna try to steal Pontos's kill. Boom.
Whoops, sorry.
4th level. There we go. Time for this butthead to take it. There we go. No. Standard. 4. Yes. Aha! Terrible rolls, but at least I hit it.
Cool.
Okay. And then we are going to do this. No. Oh, wow. What a mess.
Yeah, I felt the same when they passed the whole creature for me. Because if I would have paralysed one of them, that would have made life a little bit easier.
John, am I technically in melee right now?
It's in the water below you. I would say probably not. If you want to back away, I don't think it will get an attack of opportunity because there's a vertical distance as well.
Okay, that's me done.
Cool. Okay, we move on to another dire anglerfish. It cannot see its most recent tormentor, but hiding behind the sails here, it does see a fine fiery fellow. It is going to try and leap over the ship and scoop you off the deck. And let's see how he does there. I can't believe they've hit absolutely everything so far. You never know. You might get lucky.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid you've been eaten.
Yeah, I've tried
Yes.
fireball from inside the
Jesus.
belly of a fish before.
Could be quite exciting.
What's it getting a +5 for?
Well, it has a proficiency bonus and it has a strength bonus.
Oh, okay. No wonder it's got a +8. No wonder it's hitting everything.
Well, that's not the highest plus things you thought have had. That's actually that's moderate compared to some things you have faced. Right. On to this dire anglerfish here that is going to try and swallow Pontos again. Now he'd be very unlucky to get eaten twice.
Yep.
It's a miss. On to Pontos.
Right. Can I just hit it from where I am? Or is
Yes,
it-
yes. I'm gonna. You can fight it in the water. Your movement is unless you have a swim speed, your movement is slowed. But I don't think it's going to impair your actions too much.
Am I still blinded?
No, you were only blinded because you were in its belly and you couldn't see anything. But you are in the water now. So Pontos has definitely seen these things before. Oh no!
I can't.
If you were planning to do the scratchy thing, then you can do that before you become discombobulated.
Let's do it again.
Okay, so that anglerfish is definitely quite badly hurt now. We move. Do you want to move? You can move if you want. You are in melee with it. Yep, that's cool. Okay,
That's fine.
on to Char, who is restrained and blinded.
Right. Well, trying to squirm with my arms. I'm going to reach down to my leg and pull out my wand, and I am going to give this the biggest case of heartburn I can, and I don't care. That is terrible roll.
Oh.
No, I can't. I can't do that. Sorry, I was going to say something that I can't do.
So it.
Is it able to do a DC dexterity save though? How's it going to dodge if it's inside it?
That is a very good point. I'm going to say that the damage is automatic. It can't possibly avoid that because it has a 20-foot fireball in its belly, and it's not even a 20-foot beast. You will obviously take some of that. You have fire resistance, so that halves it immediately. So I think you'll probably just take 9 unless you have something else that breaks it down even more. But
I've got about 3 levels of fire resistance, but they don't stack, so...
So he takes 19 points of damage. And you take 9. Sadly, that is not quite enough to make it spit you out.
I know. Rolling out of those attacks, I rolled 2 1s and 2 2s. No, 3 2s and 2 3s. I rolled terrible on that.
Char is probably having his worst day ever at the moment, because not only was he on the sea, he's been swallowed by a fish. This is... Oh.
Which now may want to open up its mouth to rid of the burning sensation in its stomach.
Yeah, I mean, it belches and smoke comes out of its mouth, but yeah, for now, Char is still inside. We have 3 things left.
But it is distracted for Karirook.
This is true. So this creature here, excuse me, it cannot see anything that it can immediately swallow. So it is going to swim around the boat looking for trouble. On to Borin.
Okay, so I am going to determine to get one of these. I'm going to go around, back up the stairs, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I realise I haven't switched my boots with Pontos yet, so I am just going to open up on this guy with my heavy crossbow.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it. So, sorry, on the one that's this one here.
Yep. Okay.
And we're going for 1.
Oh, unfortunate start.
2.
Oh, it's a crit.
Well, yeah,
it's a natural one.
Yeah, roll your fumble first. I can do it for you if you don't have it on your The button at the
If you
bottom
would
of your
be
screen.
so kind, good sir.
There we go. You suffer the effects of a Bane spell for the remainder of the encounter. Okay. I am going to say that begins on the next turn.
Okay, and I'm going to do action surge and fire off my remaining bolts. I have to reload next turn.
So it will fire 3 times in a round, so you can fire it once more. And for
3 times in a round.
Yeah, I think we said it would fire three shots in a round. I've just realised something. It is adding your strength modifier instead of your dexterity modifier to the damage. So we just need to do a very quick switcheroonie, because your strength does nothing to the damage that a crossbow does. Your dexterity mod is 3. Okay. So So we're going to take 10 points off instead of 11. There we go. And you can shoot one more time.
Sorry, if I remembered it only shot 3, I'm not going to burn off.
Okay. Cool.
So just as a minor, my minor action is, as I was yelling up, I'm like, bacon, Chewie, down the hole as I was rounding the corner.
Oh, you're trying to summon the pig?
I'm trying to summon the pig.
Okay.
Chewie.
Does he respond to the name Chewie? That's the question. Okay, that's Borin for now.
It was Borin at pig calling.
Yeah, but with Chewie. So instead of Suey, it's Chewie.
So Borin's red skull, if we forget next time, is Bane. So Borin is baned. In fact, I have a button to bane people, so I'm just going to bane you now. There we go. Bane is like bless, so you are now both baned and blessed. There may be actually something in the text which says that they cancel out, but I'm just going to let you be affected by both.
They don't.
So you will now gain a +4 to all your attack rolls, but also
D4.
have a -D4 as well. So what did I say? Did I say 4? But yeah, you will add D4 and lose D4 at the same time. So they will be different D4s, right. Which means that sometimes you may benefit from bless. Well, they might. It's all down to the luck of the draw, really. I need to put some kind of marker on Pontos to remind us that he is incapacitated for a round. I really ought to wear my glasses. Then I'd be able to look at these tiny things on the screen, wouldn't I? That's what I keep forgetting. This is one of the joys of extreme age and decrepitude. I am going to use... There is one that is for this very purpose, and I don't know what it is, so I'm just going to give him a fist. And then I'm going to write in the chat, Pontos.
Unconscious.
He's not unconscious.
Sorry, not unconscious.
Incapacitated.
Incapacitated for 1 turn.
Pontos. Oh, Jesus. Pontos is incapacitated for his next round. There we go.
Does bless do damage?
Sorry?
Does bless add to damage?
No.
No.
No, just a hit. Okay.
Just a hit.
I was just like, because obviously my crossbow hasn't got all the add-ons. I didn't know if that had carried over.
Oh, okay, yeah. We should have added some bless to that. The fumble would still have been a fumble, and the hit was a hit anyway. So actually, the D4 would not have made any difference. The only difference is that you were getting 1 too many points of damage. But I fixed that now, so that will not happen next time. The dire anglerfish is going to make a dive for Tia. So I don't know what happens to an anglerfish that swallows a devil, but we will find out soon.
One.
Yeah, she has been crit swallowed. So, that brings us round to the head of the next turn. We have
So
one
put it there.
NPC in a dire anglerfish's belly, one PC. These appear to be
All
quite tough
cannons.
customers.
Mm-hmm.
So, how long have we got? Should we do
We can
awards?
fast forward through it. Honestly, I've got my
Yeah.
pen here.
Let's fast forward the awards then. So, first kill. I think we said we'd
Nothing.
only... Yeah, we'll skip that one because nothing's dead. Kill of the week, no.
We got
Yoink,
first
no.
blood. First blood.
Well, we got rid of first blood, didn't we? Because we were just going to have...
But if we, because we were only needing to use it once per encounter.
Yeah, but nothing's died.
But
Right,
we
yeah,
took
first
we
blood
we took
and
first
then
we took
myself.
first blood and first kill and fused them together, didn't we? Because we didn't want to have to keep awarding two almost identical trophies.
Oh, I was going to give it as just once per encounter because that's the only time you can get first blood. At the beginning of an encounter.
Well, yeah, but
It's not
anyway,
an award anymore.
let's not worry about this for now because we've kill from the grave doesn't count. Damage dealer, okay, that is going to be. I think that's probably going to be Pontos because he actually got 3 attacks in a row on something. That was a 19 last time, which wasn't great. Let's have a quick look. I'm just scrolling up through. We have a 32 from Pontos in a single round. We have a... we had a cannon shot and a crossbow shot, didn't we, from... what colour are you? That's deep. That's Pontos. That's Char. Where has it gone? I'm looking in the wrong colour. I'm looking for the cannon blast. Can I find it?
I
I
know
mean,
Callum
all
was that
attacks
much
have hit
anyway.
except for one.
Oh, there we go. There it is. So that was a 15 plus an 11. That should have been a 10. So that's 25. So 32 wins. So that one's a Pontos. Best supporting role.
So I'd say that is the traditional deep for the bless for the moment.
Yeah, makes sense. Fumble of the week.
Karirook.
Probably, yes. Well, fell down the mast, triggered the cannon. Cannon hit him in the belly. Yep. Okay, yeah, fumble of the week. That makes sense. Okay. Role player of the week. Well,
I'd put that down to Karirook for his interactions with Orcus.
yes, I would go with that too. So then we have whose side are you on? We haven't had any friendly fire damage this week, so we don't need to award that one. Pincushion. Okay, who got hurt the most? NPCs don't count.
Pontos then.
So how much? I think it might be Char.
I think it might be.
Because Pontos took about 20 points of damage. What did Char take? Way more than that.
When it got me.
That's 25. Yeah, I think you took 25, which I think beats Pontos' damage. Because Pontos took 21, so it was a close thing. But the pincushion this week is...
Yep, I got 25. Yep.
There we go. Okay, so we've been through the awards. We've done all the stuff. Here we go. So hopefully we slowly begin to get a flavour of the new campaign to come. You haven't reached your new setting location yet, but that will not be much longer, I promise you. Thank you very much for joining us for the Chronicles of Captain Pontos. If you haven't already, please like, share and subscribe. I'm just going to go and have a shower. Thank you very much for joining us and have a lovely week. And I will catch you guys all again same time next week.
No worries, mate. Thanks very much.
Bye.
Easy.
Cheers.
Just,